I was introduced to pornography at a very young age, and it was something that I didn't think hurt anybody. It was something that I really didn't know anything any better, and so it's something that I just used to cope with some of the deeper struggles of life that I didn't really know that I had. And I thought at one point that when I got married, that would solve the whole issue. That when my wife moved in, that the pornography issue would go away. And the problem is that it didn't. And so the shame and the guilt would continue to build and continue to build. Other addictions started to manifest in my life: alcohol, drug abuse. Pornography was something that was so shameful and so painful for me to even talk about to anybody. I thought that I was going to have to take this secret to the grave. I felt all alone. I was hopeless and broken from it. Pornography and the other addictions that were in my life, led me to about committing suicide in Oregon. And the next day I was at home, and what led me to that point is I was on my knees crying out to the Lord, and He gave me a scripture, Isaiah 58:9, and then you will call and the Lord will answer, and you will cry out for help and He will say, here I am. And it was that day that I cried out to the Lord, and I was able to share with my wife some of the struggles that I had in my life. Once I brought light into this situation, God's light takes the power of the addiction away. And so once I was able to shed light on the situation, it took its power away, and I was able to start to get help. And once I started to get help, then I was able to start to break down the barriers of the pornography and the different things that were going on in my head and in my body. I think there was a point where I definitely felt like it wasn't a big deal and it wasn't hurting anybody. As I have grown, I've realized that it is a huge deal. It not only hurts my wife, but it hurts my relationships. It hurts my relationships with my kids, the relationships that I have with friends. All of those relationships are hindered by the struggle of pornography, because I think the struggle of pornography, it makes us want to isolate. And so we isolate and we don't pursue those relationships like we really want to. The one thing that I would want guys to understand is you are not alone. You are not alone in this struggle. I thought that I was the only one that struggled with pornography. But as we know, 68% of Christian men have watched pornography in the last 7 days. And so we know that there's so many men that struggle with it that don't talk about it, that don't want to share it. But we also know that when we bring things into the light, we open up, we share about them, that true victory comes from bringing it into the light and sharing with other people. My life is so much better now that I can be open, I can be honest, I can be transparent. My relationship with my wife has never been better than it is right now. My wife's forgiveness is absolutely amazing in my life. I mean, she is my rock. She's my soulmate. And so understanding that there is a time and a place to obviously share this with our wives, because we obviously don't want to just devastate them. But there's, if we share this with men and we get this out into the open, there will be a right time and a right place where we will be able to share this with our wives, because we don't want to live a life of secrecy. We don't want to live a life where we're just in secret all the time. We want to live a life of honesty and transparency, and that's where real relationships grow. One of the ministries that we have here at Valley Real Life is Pure Desire. It's helping men break free from pornography and sex addiction. And so if that's something that you would like to do, please get a hold of me. You can find my card out, the connecting point, and we just love to get connected with you and help you walk this journey. We'd like to walk alongside you in this journey. So.